All right, my friends, I have Zac Nelson. Zac is my second longest Tom Ferry coaching client. And we were just looking at the numbers. I think we've been coaching together since 2013. I joined Tom Ferry in 2012 at the end of that year. So Zac, thank you, for sticking with me as a coach for so long. But today is really, I wanted to get from Zac today. I think he's done one of the best jobs with his past clients and center of influence, with his great business partner, Kathy, who's his mom. These guys are really getting a lot of referrals. So we're going to deep dive on that. But Zac, why don't we just start with, you've been coaching me for now 9 years. That's a long time. So maybe just for a couple of guys out there that are, maybe you're newer to coaching or newer to the business, let's just start there with a little bit of advice to those guys. And then we'll jump into the advanced stuff on how to dramatically increase your referrals from your past customers. So Zac, thank you so much. And, what's your best advice for some of these kind of people newer to coaching, newer to the business, as a seasoned veteran today?
Now I'm the old guy, huh?
You are.
I'm almost 9 years. That is incredible. And we met even a couple of years before that at the previous company at the prospecting school. So
that's right.
We go way back.
Yeah, I mean, guys.
As far as a kind of early, recommendations or advice, I would say, in the coaching world, get connected. That's what I've done. I'm in a mastermind group that has been several years running now, and that has produced, yes, referrals between us, but also so many ideas and things to implement, because there's only so much we can cover on coaching calls. And so I'm able to take that and bring that value to other members of the mastermind group. And in turn, they do the same. And that's been one of the biggest things that I've learned and have implemented in coaching.
You want to know, it's funny, that actually just reminded me, because when you and it was Matt Thomas, and then what's your other buddy?
Brad.
Yeah, Brad. So, you guys came to the prospecting school together as a group, and you guys were like that early young guy group. That's really funny. I just was thinking about that.
You listen in on the calls.
Yep.
Oh man, that was intimidating.
Yep, that was fun.
It was great. I enjoyed it though.
Yeah, I second that motion on getting connected into the community, right? Whether or not it's Facebook groups, whether or not it's mastermind groups, building relationships at events, right? You've always been a good student, attending a lot of the events and really participating, right? In your, when we first met, Zac, where were you at production wise? And kind of, I know where you're at today, and it's super exciting. So, but kind of where, tell everybody a little bit about the origin story of your production.
Okay. So I'll go back a little bit further and even go over like when I started. So I've been in the real estate business since 2003. I joined my mom then. She had been in real estate for 11 years before that. So I joined when I was 24. I looked like I was 18. Wow. That didn't help, but that's what I had to work with. So, and I kind of served almost, I was a full-time realtor, but if I look back on it and I'm honest, I was more of a full-time admin or licensed assistant really. And it was in 2010 when I joined your dad's company. It was Bill Pipes who was at the course that I attended and joined. And then when I met you soon after, my production was, maybe around 60, 70,000, 75,000, kind of in that range. And at the time when I was in my 20s, I thought that was really good money. And I think it was decent money. Yeah. But when you factor in how expensive it is to be a realtor and the marketing and all of that, you don't keep a whole lot of that money.
Yeah, exactly. And what are you guys going to do this year?
So this year, our team, we're already at $1 million. We're just over $1 million in GCI, and that's just closed. We have 7 or 8 pending transactions right now, and other things in the pipeline. So we'll finish above that. And personally, I'll be somewhere between 500 and 600,000 GCI.
Yeah. And so guys, the distinction is, Mom and Zac, you guys kind of track your own production, but as a brand, as a
Mhm.
team, just the two of them, right? Plus you guys have Jill, one other salesperson, right?
That's right.
Can you give
Yeah.
everybody a little bit of your team makeup and admin makeup as well? And jump into
Sure.
that.
Yeah. So again, my mom and I are the principal agents, and Jill is a team member. And then also it's largely a family business. My sister, Krista, is our transaction and operations manager. She's been with us for 8 years, and we would not have the production that we do without her. There's no question. She's amazing. And then about a little more than a year and a half ago, we hired what we call a client care specialist. And she does a lot of marketing. She handles a lot with our YouTube channel. And she's been amazing in helping us build our brand and build our business.
Yep.
And then we have a videographer, photographer who does our videos as well as our property photography too.
Yeah.
Bradley.
And so Heather's the kind of who I met, the marketing, and then Bradley, right, is the videographer. When did you hire the videographer?
We hired him back in August. He started with us in August of 2017. So over 4 years now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've been producing videos, 1 to 2 videos per month, sometimes more. It just depends. But, we have, we try to make it very structured with planning, so that each month we have planning meetings of what we're doing that next month in regards to the videos and some of our other social media work that we do.
Yeah. Yep. And, guys out there, Zac was early on when Tom kept talking about maybe hiring a videographer, getting more video done. In 2017, he came to the call and he said, hey, we just found this guy and we just hired him to be our videographer. And as a coach, I was like, great. But I was also like, wow, I wonder how this is going to go. And so it's really, I was very excited that you were an early adopter in that. And so we'll talk more in this interview about what they did socially, what they've done video, and how that's increased their referrals. We'll talk a lot about that. But, also Zac, along the way, I know Zac very well. Along the way, this from, kind of 70,000 as a young man to today, 600,000, $1 million GCI, top producer in Denver. Amazing. I have known this guy for a long time. It has not been one straight up shot. Right. So
anything but,
for those, everybody out there, everybody looks at the top producers and like, oh my God, these guys are perfect. They do everything right, blah, blah, blah. But, this has not been a rough, journey to get to this point of success, which is always what makes, I think Zac special. So, share a little bit about kind of what your journey's been, right? So people have some context for what you've accomplished personally along the way.
Yeah, I'm happy to share this. And, I wouldn't recommend anybody take the path that I took. When I started coaching with you, I was kind of in that floundering. I was really plateaued with my business. And it wasn't because I didn't have the school skills or opportunities there. What was holding me back was a disease, and that disease was alcoholism. I really struggled with it for years, and as it does, it gets worse and worse. And I know that you, over the years, from when we started coaching until I got sober at the beginning of 2017, I know that I struggled a lot, and I flaked out on coaching calls, and I didn't follow through with what we had talked about. I'd be all excited about it, and then it slipped down in priorities. And so I had life-changing event at the beginning of 2017 that caused me to get sober and into a program to help me with this. And in fact, after I told my family about this, you were one of the very first people who I confided in about this, and you supported me from the very beginning, and helped me understand that it was possible to not only recover, and it started with me. Like I had to start and get myself healed and healthy before I could help others, and before I could, really help others at the level that I'm doing it, here today.
Yes.
And that's taken time over the nearly 5 years since then. But it's like, I think, not only just each year, but each month, each week, each day, I see improvement with myself, and my ability to help others has just gone through the roof, and just from what I've seen.
100%. And I just want to acknowledge something that it's like, for everybody out there, as a coach, I've known Zac for so long that really and truly, the productivity and effectiveness has literally skyrocketed from that point forward, right? Obviously, there was a big breakdown at that time, and it was a struggle. But on the other side of that breakdown has truly been one of the great breakthrough stories as a real estate, for me as a coach, as a real estate professional. So congratulations to you for really being able to go through that process. So for everybody out there, we all struggle with something. And, I really encourage everybody that's like, usually that breakdown is on the other side of that is your big breakthrough. And, Zac is a walking testimonial of that. So thank you for sharing that. Now let's get into this. Okay. Because a lot of people know who maybe follow my YouTube channel. There was a video that I did on increasing your referability. And I actually had gotten off a coaching call with Zac that day that I recorded that video, because he was like, yeah, I just got a referral from an agent. I just got 2 referrals from past clients. I just got a referral from a center of influence. And I got a referral from my lender, and I've got 5 deals in escrow right now. And I was like, wow. I was like, Zac is highly referable at this point. So maybe let's start with social media, because I was really impressed when you guys hired Bradley and I saw what was going on in the social media. Maybe we could kind of start there a little bit. Then we'll move over to like past client experiences and events and some of the stuff, the cool shit that you're doing today. But man, your social media started, like you started getting, 100 comments when I was like, well, it was pretty impressive. Right. Maybe we could start in there. Is there anything to share with these guys about kind of what you learned in social media and how that helped support you to create income, not just more work?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a bit of the Gary V's jab, right hook involved, where, we would have social posts that would be like engagement posts, like caption this, and it'd be like some crazy thing from a house. And that's where we get them. We still do get our most engagement from that. But we will do other engagement posts where we're, it's whether it's real estate related or not, we're just getting engaged in our community. And some of those people are past clients. Some of those people are other agents. Some of those people are family. Some are just friends. It's really just, and we've been doing that consistently for the last 4 years. So I think there's almost like, when there is that consistency, people get used to it, and, and they interact. Yeah. And that's,
Could you explain a little bit, like, what is an example of these caption posts? Because these have like I have participated in those because you just want to, like, it's actually slightly fun. So could you kind of explain a little bit what that concept is? Because those are the ones where you're getting like 200 comments. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, like this is epic.
We would get like, one of them was this kitchen and it was all yellow, like the people from whatever era, it was probably 70s, I guess. And literally everything was yellow, different shades of yellow in this kitchen. And so it would just be captioned this, and people would like, whatever they thought, what they saw, they would comment on. And it's gotten to the point today with this, that I would say like once or twice a month, I'm getting people who will text me and direct message me, hey, I found this crazy picture. Like, this would be perfect for your posts. So, I mean, it's like people know about it that much.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, and they, and the more engagement you guys get on a social post, then the more that post spreads. Right. The longer the post stays active. So the more comments and likes are happening. Like some of those posts would last 7 days. Like, and I might see it 5 days later show up in my feed. And that's incredibly powerful.
And then it would also create additional just conversations that in some cases led to real estate conversation. So it's like, it didn't start at real estate, but then it ended, with real estate.
Yep. So 100%. Yeah. That was brilliant. And I saw a lot of strength there. Talk to us a little bit about your journey with video. You guys hired Bradley in 2017 today, your YouTube channel, we're working a lot on your YouTube channel, and it's starting to really increase. You've created some income from your YouTube channel now, but talk to us a little bit about how did the video content positively affect the kind of this referability concept and kind of your journey there. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I think first and foremost, video has the impact of it's not just two-dimensional. You get to see people's personality and their the way they project themselves and relatability. And so whether it was somebody that we already know that sees our video, and they already have that connection, or almost more importantly, it's somebody that we don't know and they're getting to know us before they even know us. So with our YouTube channel, where we have our videos, where we've had people reach out to us and say, hey, I've been watching some of your videos. We're moving to Denver and we want to talk with you about helping us with that move. We've already built that trust with them before we've even spoken with them. It's amazing. I mean, I'm still astounded by that, but that's the reality of the power of video. But how it's also working in our favor is when I've met somebody new, maybe it wasn't through YouTube, but some other avenue, it was a referral. And every time when I first meet them or talk with them, I email them a link to a video that would be relevant to them. Whether it was somebody who is relocating from California, we have a cost of living Denver versus California video that I've sent to people. Neighborhood tour videos when I know somebody is interested in a particular neighborhood. We've done a lot of those. So
that Cherry Hill listing that you got was rad. You got an agent referral for a listing in Cherry Hill, and then you shared your Cherry Hill neighborhood video, right? Cherry
Creek, but yes,
Cherry Creek.
Yeah, Cherry Creek. Yeah, you're close. Yeah, and that I mean, there's been numerous times, and then people see the video, and it's like there's that trust that's instantly formed, and there's no question that it's helped us retain more of those referrals that we've been introduced to those people, where we've been introduced to those people.
Yeah, what I've learned is that the video content that you guys have done increases your conversion rate. But also, it's funny, and this is what I shared on that referability video, is I was like, one of the agents that I know, Jennifer Newsom, was like, hey, I've got a client moving to Denver. And I was like, oh, well, just Zac, no problem, right? And it was easy for me to just take an email, because you guys send out a good email newsletter, just send that over to her. Here you go. Go to your YouTube channel, share this video. Here you go. I didn't have to do anything to sell you, but it was easy for me and confident for me to say, Zac's an amazing agent, but go discover it for yourself. That's right. I think that right there for us in 2021 and 2022, there's a lot of power to that, right? And you're definitely a testimonial of that. What have you, because everybody, Zac, is struggling with doing the video, and I'm uncomfortable and I don't like it, and all the crap isn't right. Any advice for all my friends who are struggling freaking turning the darn thing and hitting record?
Yeah. Okay. So before I get into that, I do need to give a little backstory. It's important to be transparent here. So I went to college, CU Boulder, go Buffs. I went there, and I graduated with a broadcast journalism degree. Okay. So people hearing this might say, oh, well, he has a broadcast degree. But when I was in school and doing the various camera related, like in front of the camera related video stuff, I was petrified. I was terrified. I was terrible at it. And that was a big reason I never went into broadcast journalism. After I graduated, I said, I'm done, I'm out. And that's soon after is when I joined my mom. So, it didn't naturally come to me. However, when we started doing it, I realized very quickly that while I might not like the sound of my voice or the way that I look on camera, everybody who I've interacted with in my life knows the way I look, knows the way I sound, and they haven't gone running, or if they have, they're not my people. So I think it's as simple as that. And it's okay to be imperfect. Like some of the videos that I've started shooting that are less produced, like I just shot one today on how to buy a house in Denver. And I just did it here in my home studio, and it's not perfect. It's not going to be. It's going to get the information across, and and it's still going to be good, but like, it's not going to be flawless, and I'm okay with that. I think people, while they like to see some things that are polished, like to see things that are natural, how they are. None of us are perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Good advice. Very well said. All right, so let's jump into some technical stuff on what you guys do with your past clients, right? So kind of take us through a little bit about, let's start with the cool thing that you guys do on the move-in day and explain kind of how that came together. And then let's move from there.
Yeah. So I'll give big credit here to my mom, Kathy. This was a long time ago. Even before I started with her, she would bring food on move day for the people who are moving, our clients, and also the movers, because it keeps them happy. It keeps them moving and being productive for our clients who are, it's a very stressful day in their lives. And then it also, for our clients, it gives them some food, because we've heard countless times of, let's move day and, you're so preoccupied, you forget to eat. Well, I think when we don't eat, we're grumpy. So we do this, and my mom even makes homemade cookies and we deliver that with the lunches. So that's a big thing that we do at our listing appointments. We bring either a nothing bundt cake, and or cookies from a place called Crumble. We'll do that. We know that food is a great equalizer, and it like helps kind of make people feel really comfortable.
Yeah. I just want to say that when I really, as a strategist, when I thought through the food on the move-in day or the moving day, I was like, wow, that is brilliant, right? I think all of us out there, we kind of struggle with, okay, the deal's done, keys are handed over. And then it's like, okay, where do we really insert ourselves in a meaningful, significant way that's fun, that's light? And I've been exploring this with a bunch of my clients. So even like just, ordering DoorDash or a DoorDash credit, is this like, and that should just be on a checklist, which we've, you guys already built that in. Okay.
100%.
Let's talk about, and I just want to say thank you, because I shared a video with a bunch of my coaching clients internally about a concept where I was like, why don't we tell our past clients what our new commitment is now that they are an actual client? And and shout out to Tom at the Success Summit this year. He made a statement where he said, really, once they buy with you, that's actually when you really need to turn on they're a new client, right? It was something like that, right? So so could you share a little bit about kind of the new welcome, welcome to being a client of ours strategy that you guys implemented immediately?
Yeah, this has been really good. And we've had really good feedback from our clients on this. So we give them on, it depends on, if they're moving in right at on the closing day or whenever it is, but when they're moving, we give them a folder. So with paper, we give them a folder that has some sheets in there, and one of them is it'll say, congratulations on your new home. Our goal is to be your real estate agents and real estate advisors for life. Welcome to our real estate family. And then we say, we're very intentional about, here's how we'll be staying in touch with you. Just because the transaction is over doesn't mean that, we go away. Here's how we're staying in touch with you going forward. And that includes being a part of our VIP newsletter, our client events that we do, providing them with a vendor list. And in that folder, we have our full trusted vendor list with all of our contacts on there who we recommend.
Nice.
And then we'll have, we have a referral program that's been awesome. And so we'll kind of explain a little bit about that in there, so that they know that it's not just transactional, that this is a relationship that we're building. We may have only met them 2 months before, but we're continuing, we're bridging that relationship in between transactions.
Yes, exactly.
And then also what we're doing is we just started implementing is, when somebody closes, we now have an email drip campaign set up, so that each of those items on the congratulations letter, we're breaking those out into like 6 different emails to be sent out over the next 2 or 3 months.
Cool. That's awesome. So to kind of explain, because I didn't know about this, so to explain a little bit more in depth about what the commitment is.
Each of those items
Nice.
on the list, like, and then we'll resend the vendor list. We'll, tell them about our referral program and so on and so forth.
Awesome.
Yeah. In separate emails.
Yeah. And that was the insight for me as a coach, guys. And Zac has been instrumental in figuring this out, but it's like, what is our new commitment to our client once we've now helped them buy a house? Like, what does that relationship look like? And then what are we committed to? Because we all know that we want to be able to ask for referrals. And so I wrote a little script because Zac and Kathy, they do such a good job of now taking care of people and inviting to a lot of events. We'll talk about the events in a second. But what I wanted to, and this is the script, and I'm going to ask you, Zac, is have you used the script that I was hoping that you guys would do, which is, and all I ask for is, may I occasionally reach out to you to see if you know anyone thinking about buying and selling or investing in real estate, and to get permission in that. So, coaching moment, are you asking my script?
I've used it some,
Okay.
not enough. And so this is a really good reminder about that, because it is subtle, and that the permission part of it is so key.
Yeah.
So that when we're talking to them down the line, it's not an awkward, like sometimes we can feel like awkward of reaching out to them and asking for a referral. We've already asked that permission up front.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's just be honest, guys, based upon what Zac is outlining, and we're going to talk about events in a second, like, he's earning it. Like, he's really, we all talk about, provide value, but like, what does that mean? How does that get translated? And then how do we maintain a frequency of relatedness with our past clients? So, Zac, you guys have done an amazing job with this. So can you share everybody a little bit about kind of the event strategy and kind of how that's been going, what you guys do?
Yeah. So we recently had our first like legit event in nearly 2 years. It was a huge success, and we cannot wait to do it next year. This is the first time that we've done it. We hired a professional photographer, not our videographer photographer, one who does portraits. And it was a fall portrait event. And we had her doing portraits for families or individuals or whoever. And if people had dogs, they could bring dogs. And then we had a food truck. So a client of ours has a food truck, and he was there, and it was all complimentary. Everything on this day was complimentary for our clients. So we paid for the food truck and the photography. We also had, we got pumpkins from a local farm and had a pumpkin patch, so people could take home pumpkins with them. Yeah. And we had cornhole set up, tables to hang out. And what we found is people didn't just come for the photography. They were there sometimes, most of them were there for at least an hour, if not 2 or more, during this 4-hour event.
That's great.
So it was dynamite.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Right.
Yeah.
And then prior to, COVID and all the BS, you guys, what else? You guys used to do a couple other things, which we'll probably be doing more of in 2022. But what are some of the other event ideas that you guys have done? Because that's a really good one, which I need to get on that for myself.
Yeah, it was awesome. So we've done before COVID for 2 years, we did where we rented a movie theater screen, and we had a screening of a kid-friendly movie. And we had nearly 200 people in the theater for that. And then we had like our photographer there doing some photos for people and things like that, kind of action shots to capture the events. But that was that was a lot of fun. One thing that we do every year, and we're doing again this year, this will be our 5th annual, is our food drive and pie event. So it's people bring food and we give them a pie. In past years, we would also have like a chili dinner. And so we're not doing that this year. We're just still doing it'll be a drop-off event. So dropping off food and picking up pies that they can enjoy. And we do that 2 days before Thanksgiving. So it's like a Thanksgiving type event. Yeah. For them. And
then what about, don't you guys do something? What's the Denver Astros or football, baseball? What's the
Rockies? Yeah, we've done that in the past. The Rockies, where we'll invite our clients to the Rockies games too. We've had like barbecue events. I mean, we try to, we find the things that really work. And then we also try to do, try some new things too, just like what we did this year. But we also, one other thing that we do to stay in touch with our clients, we do email marketing to them 3 to 4 times a month, where we will send out our videos that we do and newsletters. But then quarterly, what we do is we have these giveaway events. They're drawings. And so it's for things that are really nice. Like we did air fryers this last year. We bought several air fryers, and we shot a little video, and then we sent that out and said, all right, all you have to do is let us know, do you want your name in the hat? And then we would do a drawing, and several of our clients would win that. We had somebody make these amazing, my cousin make these amazing cornhole sets that have the Colorado flag on it. And
I know, I wanted one.
Drawing for that. We've done barbecue gift sets. We've done car wash gift coupon books. So many different things like that. And that's been a really big success. And it's not real estate related. It's just fun. And that's been, we will continue doing that into the new year.
Yeah, no, it's great. And so I think everybody can kind of get a sense between, right from the get-go, when they close the deal with you guys, it's like that the experience actually begins from there. Right. And, the video and some of the, the great customer service and experience and your knowledge and wisdom, it makes the difference, of course, in the transactions, but after the transactions, it's all of these other components, which I've seen personally, as a coach, I'm watching. And when I look at all of my clients right now, all 70, and I see who is gotten the most referrals from their past clients, you guys are definitely in the top, probably 2, right?
Okay.
And, it's this combination, guys, that really makes the difference. Because I would say that the social media engagement, the video where you're really demonstrating authority, knowledge, competence, right? Referability, the email marketing, which I've been on them heavy to be more consistent and to provide more clear content there. Hiring the videographer early, hiring Heather as marketing assistant, Krista early, really improving the quality of your customer experience. Then adding all of these pieces into the after the fact is just brilliant, right?
Yeah.
It's basically what everybody, every agent's dream is like, how do I get to the point where I'm, getting all these referrals and the phone's ringing and people are appreciative of me, and I'm working with people that respect me and like me and do what I say. And it's like, that dude's doing it over there, guys.
You're right. And I want to point out something that's really important, I believe. It's, there's the referrals aspect, and that is huge. That's what the lifeblood of many of our businesses. But what is also equally, if not more important, is us being that resource for them after the transaction. In the last few years, we have seen a huge spike in people reaching out to us, asking us for ideas on what to do with their house, help with vendors, sometimes tough questions about, I'm having this issue. What do I need to do? What can I do? And being there for them, again, that encompasses that real estate advisor for life role, where it's not just about when are they going to give me a referral, or when is somebody going to send me a referral, but being there as their resource whenever they need something has also been, we've seen that to be growing in recent years as well.
Yeah. And I just want to hammer a point home on that, because it's one thing to say, everybody would say, oh, well, I am that. But then it's another thing to actually tell them that you're committed to that and that you are that. And then to actually you've provided video on interior design, you've done videos on construction and development. Like, you've actually done content that demonstrates that you guys are experts in this topic. And when they, you say, hey, here's my referral list, right? Like, you guys are it's more clear what your commitment is to your customers and that your competence is there. And I think a lot of agents have a lot of room there, right? It's one thing to say it, and then it's another thing for your customers and clients to experience it, right? Now, everybody would ask, well, Zac, do you call your clients all the time? So, what's the call plan or the text plan, or what's that?
So I don't, I'll be honest. Yeah. I text a lot more than I call. especially like, an easy time to text them is around these events that we're doing, and checking in with them. Because then that brings, there's other conversation that comes from that. But then we also do, so this is just another piece of like how we stay connected with our clients is on the 1 year or the whatever year home anniversary of our clients, we send a CMA out to them. It has like a already templated email. So we do the research and we can just plug it in. And then now what we started doing this year is sending, like we're doing this, I think it'll vary, but we send them a gift on their year anniversary. And what we're doing right now, it's like this set of 3 succulent plants, and it's really nice. And recently we had a client text a picture back of it, like thanking us for it. So I know that's not prospecting necessarily, but it's something that's, what we do.
It's phenomenal.
And so, yeah, I mean, I just see more and more people prefer text. I mean, I will call and oftentimes I'm leaving a message, when I do, but when I text, I can, you get a quicker line to them and then can set up a call. So that's, I kind of see, whereas like the text is the, what you can get your foot in the door, and then that opens up for a phone call oftentimes.
Beautiful. Zac, you are the man. I need to let you go. This has been awesome. Congratulations on all your success. And for everybody out there, I will put a link to the past client center of influence document with all that stuff that kind of I worked on with him and all the rest of my coaching clients. So guys, go down, get that. And in that document, Zac, do you mind if I share, because you gave me the template that you use for your, I think it was the 1 year anniversary template. And then I think I also have your template of your past client welcome to my family document. Is it okay if I kind of share with everybody those 2 things?
Sure. I'm happy for you to do that. Yeah, cool. Absolutely. And
I'll put a link down below, guys, so that you can you can grab that document, some of the stuff that I did with some of the stuff that Zac did, so you can see it in real world in real time. And then make sure, guys, Zac is in Denver. And so obviously everybody's moving there. So give him a call for agent referrals. Check out his YouTube channel, check out his social media, follow him on Instagram, Facebook. Where can they find you, Zac?
So our YouTube channel is, you can search Denver Living Homes on YouTube. And you can find me on Instagram at Zac Nelson Homes. So yeah, that's awesome. Patrick, thank you for having me on. I truthfully, I owe a lot of my success to you over the years, and I really, really thank you for having me on here today.
Got someone knocking on the door, but thanks, man. Appreciate you.
All right. You too.